Right up there in the tree, there's a monkey. They're really active today.
So we want to go under that bridge.
Oh, there's two monkeys right there. Yeah, we want to go up under the bridge.
I've never seen them up this far.
That's pretty cool, huh?
I know, it's crazy.
We were here the other day and we didn't see
They
them
were
the whole
nothing.
day.
Huh.
Last year, when you got down towards the end, they were all over the place.
Yeah.
I never saw them up here this close.
That's really cool. This is our first time.
Oh, nice.
That's really lucky. The
Wow,
first
you
time
are
you see them like
lucky.
that.
Yeah.
See manatees.
Oh, there's a third one. That one looks like a baby.
Yeah, there's like a dozen
Pretty
of them.
small.
I think they're just different type of monkey.
Maybe, yeah.
This week we saw some manatees in here.
Oh, really?
We're the one way up the top of the tree.
Oh, yeah. He is way up there.
One over there too.
Huh. They're everywhere. It's so cool how they like use their toes and stuff. Like there's a fish right there. We're coming right up on the deep hole. I can see the ledge underneath, the rock ledge. Yep. Yeah, there it goes way, way down. It's funny how it goes from really, really shallow to really deep so quickly. When we were here sightseeing the other day, we were talking to a gentleman who was in his 80s and had been here in, I believe, the 1960s, he said. And there's actually, used to be, a glass tunnel that went under this part of the springs so that you could walk through and view all the fish and everything underneath the water. So that seems like it would have been really cool, but I guess it was expensive to maintain and it oftentimes leaked, so they stopped having that as an available attraction. But you can still take these glass bottom boats, and we're definitely going to do that and take you guys along for the ride on those. That's when you get to go hear about all of the history of this area. Silver Springs is pretty neat. They filmed at least one of the Bond movies here. They also filmed the series Sea Hunt, which was popular, I believe, in the 1970s. So lots of cool stuff has been filmed and been done here. And it's just an absolutely beautiful area. The Silver Springs State Park used to be an amusement park as well as everything else with the kayaking and boats and stuff, but they tore down the last ride about 5 or 6 years ago, according to our friends who live down here. So now you can come and paddle, you can do bike rides or hikes. Still quite a few activities, but no amusement park anymore. A lot of these no swimming or fishing signs, they're pretty serious about not having tourists get eaten by alligators. You're also not supposed to feed the monkeys or encourage the monkeys to come near you. We read about them, and apparently they have a strain of herpes that is deadly to humans, so you don't want to go hanging out with the monkeys. We did see quite a few. Or, yeah, Ryan's keeping it classy there in the back seat. Or having sex with the monkeys. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Something
Way up top of that arch.
fell out. Oh yeah, there he is. Pretty sure that monkey just took a poop because something big fell in the water. So hopefully we don't get any monkey dung on us. Look at this really cool tree up here. It's bent all the way over, and then it's growing, the top's growing back up out of the water. So we're gonna go ahead and continue on down the paddle trail here, and we'll bring you guys back if we see some more wildlife or anything else that looks really cool. So far this has been a beautiful float along, and I would definitely encourage anybody to give it a try. Here's a cypress with all of its cypress knees. So we're paddling down the paddle trail, and we came across this cool looking fort. Yeah, we just thought this fort was pretty cool, so we brought you guys out to take a look at that.
To your left.
Is that? Oh, it is. That's a pretty good sized gator right there. I don't know if you guys will be able to see him really or not very well, but he is right up underneath that. Right there. You wouldn't even hardly see him if you weren't looking. He looks like he's got some mossy stuff growing on his back. I bet you he's a good 4 feet long. Pretty cool. Right there at the tip of the paddle. Huh?
Should we go poke it?
No, we should not go poke the gator. So our friend's one request was don't get eaten by an alligator while you guys are out there kayaking around in the river. And this guy thinks that poking the alligator is a really good idea.
Can't be scared.
You can be scared of alligators. Oh, there's a really pretty black bird right there. Check this out. It's a bunch of turtles and what looks like a shipwreck of some kind. And an alligator on a log. That's really cool. It looks like it was a shipwreck and then probably this log drifted in over the top of it at some point.
I guess this is a building.
You think this is a building?
Well, there's metal roofing on it.
Yeah.
It's way too square for a boat.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe not.
You're probably right. It probably was a building. Oh yeah, there are. Lots of wildlife. It seems like around every single corner we find something really cool. Check out this grouping of buildings, and right there is an old style well where you drop the bucket in and then coil it back up on the arm thing. And turtles. Lots and lots of turtles. There's more turtles. You guys are gonna be really sick of turtles by the time we get down this river. Here the current moves you along pretty well. You don't really have to paddle a whole lot, and you just sort of drift down the river. Of course, I can't complain. Ryan's really doing all the paddling anyway. Here we're coming up on the junction with the Ocklawaha River. So if you take the 2-hour paddle, here is where you would turn around and paddle back up through the springs. But since we're doing the all-day adventure and going down the 3.5 miles to the other portion of the park, we're going to turn and go down the river. So you can see manatees sometimes in these springs. They're not one of the warmer springs, is my understanding, and so the manatees don't really flock here in the winter like they do to Blue Springs that we took you guys to. But this area is known for having some manatees in certain portions of the year. And we ran into some other kayakers who said they saw one the other day, so if we get really, really lucky, there is a possibility we could see a manatee.
They're on the bottom right there. Well, they're dead or just if they just lay on the bottom randomly?
I think they lay on the bottom randomly.
Huh.
They can hold their breath for a really, really long time. I don't know how long, but like 20 minutes or something. I think. Maybe even longer than that. Oh, there's a big rock underneath us. He is a pretty good size one, isn't he?
Oh, that's his back right there. Okay.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Is Colette up there?
Colette's up there. She passed me.
Okay.
We're sharing with her.
You're solid.
I'm here. What are you looking for? I don't know where
Whoops.
I don't.
I'm gonna. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, it's all covered in weeds and stuff. Pretty cool. It's like tourists. You guys are nuts. I'm just trying to have a nap.
I think it's dead.
It's not. I saw its tail move. Now we just gotta find a manatee. We've had monkeys and birds and gators. Yeah. It's a manatee. There you guys go, right up close and personal with pretty good sized gator. Guy's gotta be 6 foot. They're not much bothered by people out on their river. They don't really seem to care if you go up pretty close to them.
Let's go poke it.
Let's not poke it. A bad idea, Fairy, right there.
Should I do the big tail slap?
Are you happy now?
Whatever clear, right?
Oh, it is. That's weird. So, this hunk of vegetation is floating down the river. And there's a bird right there. It doesn't want to hang out with you. What do you think of your trip down the Ocklawaha River so far?
It's pretty cool. A lot of interesting things to see. A lot of gators, turtles. Apparently turtle mating season right at the moment, according to the ranger.
We have seen evidence of this. You're supposed to baste us with your words of wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, what have you learned?
What have I learned? I've learned that gators are actually very tolerant. They really don't care about you getting pretty close to them, actually.
That one did scare me, though. He got a little flippy. We've learned the kayak goes where it wants, when it wants, regardless of our input. That we are not very good at spotting manatees.
Well, the manatees, I think what you got to do is you got to find a spot where you can park on one side and find a spot that's clear, that's sand.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of
Or watch for them to go by.
contrast, and then watch for them to come by.
look, there's a snake.